Right, so in this video, we're going to have a look at exercises that we can do when we throw the ball on the wall. So the ball's bouncing back at us. So it's a bit of a progression from doing the drop feeds. Okay, so it's the wall bounce feeds. You'd be surprised as to how challenging this can be and how beneficial it can be. So I'll take you through. So number one, underarm feed. Okay, so the ball comes back sort of fairly slow and just using top hand. Again, okay, the core principles of balance setup, head in the right position to watch the ball all the way and being able to actually move quickly forwards or backwards. Okay, have that batting, have that bat come through with the full face, and let's have a look at balance at contact. Okay, so balance at contact and have all the coordination going. So have, you know, the shoulders, hips, hands and arms coming through at the right time, making contact with the ball under the eyes, okay? Directly under the eyes here. You don't want to be making contact with the ball out there, okay? All the basic core principles being applied. Okay, so this one, underarm, okay? Some you might get a half volley, or you might even decide that it's not half volley, so I might actually just defend it. Okay. Now, if I wanted to get a half volley, I might have to throw it a little bit higher. There we go. There's my half volley, and it comes straight back at me. So for a half volley, we want to throw it higher up on the wall. Okay. All right. So that's exercise one. So top hand only, underarm feed. Exercise one. Exercise two, we now have two hands. Okay, so I'm going to move my top hand up on the bat. Okay, same again, exactly the same thing. I'm getting two hands on it, and now starting to actually just play the two-handed drive. All right. Okay, if it's not quite a half volley, I'll respect it, I'll defend it. Oh, so I was a bit early on that one. Okay. Okay, you might have to dig a few out. There we go. So I found the right ball, the right height. So if you can actually eventually get the ball coming back to you each time, you're doing quite well. Okay, so two hands. That's not quite there, that one. I'll defend it. Okay. So that's exercise number two. Exercise number three, we're now going to actually have a look at overarm. So it's going to challenge you a bit more. Okay, so I'm going to throw the ball. To get front foot, I need to throw the ball higher up. So about there on the wall. Okay, now with this one, because its overarm is going to be going a bit quicker, it's going to it's going to challenge and it's going to test your reactions, okay, and your decision making. So you might play a drive, you might even leave, you might defend it, okay. So let's go, and you'll just have to find the sort of pace at which you throw it. Okay, so overarm, this is going to be two hands. You could go back to the one hand for this one with overarm. So you could still just play it with one hand. Okay, I've got about 6 or 7 balls here, and they are that's not a bad amount to keep you going quite constant. Okay, so you could do this with one hand. Okay. Okay, that's not quite there for me. All right. So I'm finding that actually it's a bit too short, so I might go a little bit closer, and then I can actually get the half volley length coming in there. Right, that's one hand. Might go with two hands. Two hands, I'd shift my hand up on the handle a bit. Okay, from there. Okay, it is quite tough to actually get the half volley length. You might have to just go that little bit closer to get that. Now, I quite like the fact that it's a bit sort of all over the place here. so that sometimes the ball doesn't actually come straight onto the bat, it kind of moves a bit. Okay, that's good. That replicates a lot of wickets that we play on. The ball does actually move around a bit. Okay, try and get a few decent ones there. Some balls bounce more than others. Some balls don't quite bounce off the wall so nicely either. Okay, that was a bit more challenging, it pinged off a bit quicker. That one didn't. There I could actually play the drive. Okay, so that's the overarm. Just challenges you a bit, works on decision making a bit. Okay, just play around with it. If you've got a higher wall, you could stand further back. Okay. Next one, we've got again overarm throw, but we're going to go back foot drive this time. I say back foot drive, it might not be there to drive. It might actually be a back foot defense or a back foot, you know, cut maybe. All right, or drive through the covers. Now this time, I don't want to throw it up here. I want to throw it lower down, so we get the bounce off there. Okay. So again, it'll take a bit of getting used to. I'll have my hand, top hand on the bat, right hand throwing, and I'll have that higher up on the bat, so I just have to grip there. All right. Okay, again. There we go. Perfect. So I'm happy with that. That ball was good. A good bounce on it. Okay. Okay, couldn't do much with that, so I just defended that one. So that was a bit wider, so I could actually play that through the covers. That ball's a bit dud. Yeah, happy with that. One tip I'd give you is, when you're getting yourself ready, before you throw it, try and keep the bat there as much as possible. So that all I do is I've got the bat ready, the back lift is ready. I bring it through. Okay. So, collect the balls in. And there we go again. So, I'll just do another couple of those. Short, playing the drive off the back foot. Happy with that one. Okay, with the back foot drive, okay, you want to try, if you can, to sort of get that decisive foot movement. So get back, all right? And then from there, you don't want to keep going back and playing the shot off balance. You want to get back and then get on top of the ball and strike the ball here, okay? So now my weight is balanced. I'm not going back still when I'm playing the shot. So that quick first decisive movement, okay? Get the back coming down through straight, okay? And actually punch it through there, or through there, okay? With this one, it is more difficult, but you can practice your pull shot, okay? So you just have to get a little bit closer for this one, okay? Get it in, and then you've got to get the right bounce, okay? Okay? With this one, just be careful, don't break any windows. Okay, so it comes onto you a bit quicker, apart from those dead balls. Okay, hitting the ball there, but it's a tennis ball, so it's okay. So, there's your pull shots. With a pull shot now, okay, generally there, that would be a medium pacer that would probably be rushing me a bit. You've got it in the same position as the back foot drive, but literally all you're doing, okay, is you've got the back lift nice and high there. All you're doing, instead of coming through there, you just do that. You're coming through there, okay? You might lift that front leg, okay? It's what a lot of batsmen tend to do. So all you're doing is you don't even have to hit it. You've just got to bring that bat through. I don't know if you watched Root recently. He's literally just guiding it like that, okay? So it doesn't take any time at all. So even if the guy is quick, your back lifts are really there. All you're having to do is that. Okay, that's your pull shot. Okay, next we've got, we'll have a look at the sweep. Now this one, okay, again I'm going to refer to Root. Okay, Joe Root's just played a masterclass against spin in Sri Lanka, and he swept nearly everything. I've just put a mat down here so that I can sort of stay on my one knee. Okay, and all I'm going to do, just get a few balls ready for this. I'm going to get myself into the right position. Get myself in the right position. I'm going to open up this front foot. Okay, so it's important that when you sweep, you don't want this front foot or leg blocking off what you can do, because then that limits what you can do. You can only play it, sort of paddle it around here. Okay, if I open that up, all of a sudden now I can catch the ball on the full. Okay, if it's shorter, I can really sort of open up the arms. Okay, if it's wider, I've got my foot open here, I can go for the slog sweep. Okay, and also if it is on leg, I can get the paddle going in there. So there's a lot of variety. You should be able to sweep any delivery. Okay, most deliveries. Okay, so what I'm going to do is have my back lift ready. Okay, so the feed's quite important here. It's a bit awkward. It'll take a bit of getting used to, but I've opened this foot up. I'm going to feed, and I'm going to look to play that shot there. What I might do, come around a bit wider here. Okay. Fully extend the arms and play the sweep. So these are all pitched way outside off. Okay, it might be slightly different. It might be on leg and full, in which case I might decide to do the paddle rather than the full-blown sweep. Or if it's outside off and a bit shorter, I can go for the big slog sweep if I wanted to. Okay, but this is a really good drill just to sort of really get the sweep shot going. Technical things about that one are, you've got, as you bring the bat down, okay, you don't want to be rolling too much too soon, because that's when you get the top edges. So have the full face of the bat, okay, pointing in the direction you want that ball to go. All right, so if you're like that, okay, you've got less of the bat face showing that ball. Full face of the bat, okay? You can hit it with a bounce, or you can actually try and hit it on the, you could just get the paddle in and use the pace of the delivery to get 1 or 2 runs down the leg side. Okay, so next exercise, so that's the sweep. Next exercises you can do. Now it's all the same exercises, but I would just start with the very basic. If you do happen to have a practice bat, as you can see, this is very narrow, okay? And these things are fantastic for just really getting the coordination going, all right? Now, I would use this in the nets for the first 5 minutes of my net session, and then I'd get my bat quite often, because it really makes you watch the ball. You have to hit the ball out the middle of the bat. There is no edges, okay? So, same again, I would start with the one hand, possibly, underarm feed. Oof. That's moved a bit off the surface there. Okay, and look to actually watch the ball all the way. Okay, so instead of actually getting away with it sometimes now, without watching it all the way, I've got to really watch it all the way with this one. Okay, just to remind you about this underarm feed is you have to kind of get it. By the way, just a good tip, just a little bucket here, keep the balls in, so they're rolling all over the place. Get the feed a bit higher, and then you can actually get it pitched up more. It's more of a half volley. Okay, with these iron bats and the uneven surface, it really challenges you. Okay, I could do 100 of those in 3 minutes. Okay, same with all the other stuff. You could get the two-handed stuff going again. Okay, so just get the other hand on it. You can do the back foot. And all sorts. Now, I'll probably show you some. You could do the same thing with this, with the swing ball, okay, that I showed you in the last video. Okay, just use this bat. It's fantastic. Right, there's a whole bunch of extra ones you can go ahead and practice. You can do that in most places. You just need a wall. Just need a wall and a flat surface. If you can't do it at home, just go to the local park or anywhere that's got sort of a bit of concrete and a wall. All right, sometimes you just got to choose your time. So, you know, early morning or after work. Have fun. Cheers.